everybody, and welcome to your last week of lessons all about Jack and the Beanstalk. So today I would like you to go and watch the last 3 episodes of Jack and the Beanstalk on the BBC. You can use their link in the description box below to go and find that. So the last 3 episodes, episodes 12, 13 and 14. So finish the story. Once you've done that, come back here. Hopefully you now have all had a chance to watch the last bit of Jack and the Beanstalk. I'd like to know, did you enjoy the story? What was your favourite part of the story? Or what was your least favourite part? What was the scariest bit? Which bit do you remember the most clearly? Lots of questions about Jack and the Beanstalk. In fact, would you have changed any of it to make it better even? So today we are going to be learning how to write a story review of Jack and the Beanstalk. You'll see on your learning letters that there's a little link to a sheet that you can print off, or like me, if you don't have a printer, you can just create your own sheet. So let's have a look and see what I've already written here. First things first, I have written today's date. I am writing this on Monday, the 11th of May, 2020. You might be writing this on a different day. So have a think about what the date is today and write that at the top of a piece of paper, because that way you can remember when you did your work. So don't forget your capital letters for your day of the week and your month of the year, and don't forget those finger spaces too. Monday the 11th of May 2020, my story review. Here it says title. What is the title of my story? My title is Jack and the Beanstalk, so I need to write that in. So, capital letter for J, A, K. Jack, finger space, and, finger space, the, capital B, in, st, or k. Jack and the Beanstalk. And now you might see here, Badgers and Hedgehogs, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty stars. You might remember when we've done our book reviews or our story reviews before at school, we have to think about how many stars we're going to colour in. So if you think it was the best story you have ever listened to, then you might want to colour in all 5 of these stars. If you think it was the worst story you've ever listened to, you might not even want to colour in 1 star. You might only give it half a star. Or if you thought the story was okay, then maybe you might give it about 3 stars. I personally really liked the story. I liked watching the videos on BBC, and I also liked reading the storybook, which you can also find on the Storytime playlist of YouTube, which I read a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to give Jack and the Beanstalk about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and a half. I think Jack and the Beanstalk was 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it, but I think it could have been a little bit better. Maybe when we write the story ourselves, we can make it even better so that we can give it 4 or 5 stars. So, Jack and the Beanstalk, 3.5 star review from Miss Lewis Davis. Your review might be different. Now the question I would like you to answer, Badgers and Hedgehogs, is what was your favourite part? What was your favourite part of Jack and the Beanstalk? I want you to have a think, and then you can tell your brother, your sister, one of the adults in your house if they're not busy. You can tell them using your words what was your favourite part. Maybe it was the marketplace at the beginning of the story when Jack got to see all those amazing stalls when he took Daisy the cow. Maybe it was the morning that he woke up to discover that those magic beans had turned into an enormous magic beanstalk. Maybe that was the best bit. Maybe it was when he climbed up the beanstalk for the first time and discovered the giant's house. Perhaps your favourite part was the bit with the golden hen. Or maybe it was when you got to see what delicious food the giant got to eat. Lots of different things that you could write, but I want you to choose your one favourite part. Now, let's see, what am I going to write? What was your favourite part? I'm going to start my sentence answering this part of the question. I need to write in a full sentence, so I'm going to answer it. My favourite part was when, let's think. I actually quite like the 3 episodes that we've just watched now, and I thought my favourite part was when Jack was hiding really quietly, but then the giant discovered him because the harp started saying, "Master, master!" and woke him up. And when Jack was escaping from the giant, and it was all very dramatic and quite scary, that was my favourite part, when Jack managed to escape from the giant and climb all the way back down the beanstalk really quickly. And then luckily his mum was there with an axe and took a big swing and cut the beanstalk down. So I need to make sure I choose my words carefully and that they fit into this space. My favourite part was when Jack, and then I've got a long word here, I'm going to write escaped. We can sound it out using our sounds year one. Escaped. Now we need to do this cape sound. It's our split digraph, our A. Do you remember when the A and the E on different sides of a consonant, it's the A. Escape. When Jack escaped, so it's in the past tense, we've got to put a D on the end there. My favourite part was when Jack escaped from when he escaped from the giant. Maybe we could describe the giant. I'm going to put from the scary giant. And then I'm going to use a joining word because I haven't finished my sentence yet. My favourite part was when Jack escaped from the scary giant, and that's my joining word. See if you can use it in your sentences, year one. And cut down, cut down the beanstalk with, what's the name of the weapon that Jack used to cut down the beanstalk? What's it called? Axe. So we need to put because we can't say axe, we've got to say an axe. An axe is axe. We don't use that letter very much, do we? We get to use it in this word. Axe. And it's got a silent E on the end. And then, because I finished my sentence, I'm going to put a full stop. Now, what do we need to do once we have done our sentence year one? Think about it. We've got to remember to check for our capital letters, our finger spaces, and our full stops. I can see my capital letter at the beginning of my sentence. I can see I've got my capital letter here for Jack. Why does Jack have a capital letter? Because it is his name. So capital letter there, and then we've got my full stop. Now I'm going to read the sentence to check that it makes sense. What was your favourite part? My favourite part was when Jack escaped from the scary giant and cut down the beanstalk with an axe. So that's going to be my sentence year one. Perhaps you might want to even do 2 sentences or 3 sentences and explain why it was your favourite part. Maybe it was your favourite part because it was really exciting or really scary, or maybe it was a really happy point of the book, of the story. Whatever you would like. So once you've done your sentence, the very last bit that I would like you to do is draw a picture of your favourite part of the story. So I'm going to leave that for you to do. Okay, good luck.